there you go. Okay. Hello. Okay. Making sure everything is working. Yep. This looks all to be good. That's awesome. Okay. Let me pause this then. And let's just hop right into it. I wanted to try to start a little bit early, because of the collab that I have with Issa. Then in about an hour and a half, 2 depending on, probably an hour, but Turnabout Airlines. The murder that occurred in my office. The return of the great thief Yeta got us. Thinking back, everything began on that fateful day 2 days ago. Days earlier. Oh! What? Who? Miles? Blood? What? Okay. Good, that's just wine. Wait, did he get drugged? Yes, everything began high up in the air, 9,000 feet in the air to be precise. Thank you for flying Go You Airlines. We are currently experiencing some slight turbulence. We're asking all passengers to please return to their seats and fasten their seatbelts. That water is that blood. I guess it looks like wine, but still. March 12th, 6:13 a.m. Flight G390, first floor lounge. See, this is exactly why I never unbuckle my seatbelts on a plane ever. I also never get up if I can avoid it. Why do I feel like I just woke up from a horrible nightmare? 6:13. Huh. Guess I was out cold for about 10 minutes. Slight turbulence indeed. Ladies and gentlemen, we are currently experiencing some slight turbulence. For your safety, we ask that you return to your seats and fasten in your seatbelts. I suppose turbulence is to be expected on the flight. Though, admittedly, I'm less than comfortable with anything resembling earthquakes. Yeah, I know. That's where I was concerned. I was I can very much imagine that this reminds him of earthquakes, and he has huge fear of those for good reason. No, into the stain. What's this? A travel wallet, but it's not mine. How did someone else's travel wallet end up in my pocket? My head. I want this headache go away. Did he get hit over the head with the bottle? I'll take care of this travel wallet later, or hand it off to an attendant. From an earthquake-like turbulence to an elevator. What am I doing hesitating like this? Actually, I know full well why I hesitate. It was when I was still a young child. Yep, that case. I was caught up in a murder that happened in an elevator. How long am I gonna let my past haunt me? It's just an elevator. I'm a grown man now. I need to behave like one. Miles, trauma is not something you can just shrug off like that. That's why it's called fucking trauma. Oh, yep. I had a sick suspicion that there's gonna be a murder or something. What the? What in the world happened? Is there something wrong, sir? I must ask that you please return to your seat. Eek! He's dead! How can you tell that? Yeah. Please calm down and mustn't jump to conclusions without all the facts. What's wrong? Did something happen? Yeah, and plus, yeah, you're gonna cause a panic on the fucking plane. Oh, nope, she's the culprit. No, you have it all wrong. It wasn't me. He literally just woke up from getting his, like, skull caved in, almost. No, wait! I'm in the way! Hang on. Okay, I have to move my model real quick, because... Look, down there in the corner, Miles. He's literally fucking tied up with rope. Kinky much? He does not look happy either. Everyone, I'm sorry to interrupt, but I have an important announcement. I'm one of your flight attendants today, Rhoda Tenero. Unfortunately, we have just had a minor accident on this... Excuse me? A minor accident? Accident? Don't treat us like we're stupid. I caught a glimpse and it was a murder. What? A murder? How much has that man had to drink? What the hell? What's going on with this flight? Everyone, please calm down. There's no reason to panic. This flight will stay on course and make its scheduled landing. We're still currently in the middle of a rough patch of turbulence, so until we are out of this area of turbulence, I ask that you please remain seated. But someone was killed, right? I mean, what about the killer? Let me off! My guy, you're on a plane. That's not how this works. Please, there's no need to feel threatened. We have already apprehended the culprit. Bullshit. Miles! I ask that everyone please remain calm. What the heck is he talking about? Why should we remain calm? My name is Miles Edgeworth. I'm a prosecutor, and I assure you I'm not the killer. Being a prosecutor doesn't make you incapable of murder, buddy. Hey, you listen here. I'm not a killer. I'm not the killer. I simply found the body. So you say, however, I'm sure that you are the perpetrator of this crime. I swear on my honor as a professional flight attendant. Well, that honor is about to go down the drain. I can guarantee it. Oh, is that right? I know what I saw. And there's even very strong incriminating evidence to back me up. Let me guess, it's the fucking travel wallet. We've already alerted the proper authorities at our destination. Until we land, you will remain in our custody by the powers vested in our captain. That's not how that works. I'm very sorry, but please understand our situation. Your situation? I'm more concerned with mine and the direction it's going. I'm not about to just sit idly by while I get accused of murder. Ms. Tenero, was it? Yes? I was wondering if you might give me a chance. A chance to do what? A chance to plead my case. And a chance to ask what you mean by incriminating evidence just now. Come on, bitch. To accuse a passenger of such a grave crime without allowing him to give a proper defense, can the professional flight attendant inside of you really call this action righteous? You have a point. Very well, I'll listen to what you have to say. But be wary of what you reveal. I'm afraid you'll only look even more suspicious if your explanation fails to satisfy. I also do not have time to deal with you all day, so please make it quick. Of course, as you wish. Very good. Well then, let's get started. I know for a fact I didn't kill that man in the elevator. What I don't know is what sort of evidence she has up her sleeve. But I'm certain it doesn't fit with how the crime scene really occurred. What Ms. Tenero saw. I swear to tell the whole truth as a professional flight attendant. Unfortunately for you, Mr. Edgeworth, I'm certain you are the killer. The scene I saw in front of the elevator, it was you standing there with fresh blood dripping. See? Case in point. Right there, right away. It's like, excuse me, I was holding a fucking travel wallet? Can you think that that's... Okay. So if you would please cooperate, and we'll turn you over just as soon as we land. That's it? That's her evidence? I don't think you could ask for more perfect witness testimony. Well, don't you agree, Mr. Edgeworth? Not really, it's hardly perfect with a gaping hole in it. Unfortunately for you, Mr. Edgeworth, I'm certain you are the killer. The scene I saw in front of the elevator was you standing there with fresh blood dripping off the murder weapon. That's a tiny corner.
Objection!
Miss Tenero. Oh, what is with the yelling all of a sudden? Force of habit. Well, it doesn't matter. Miss Tenero, you say you saw the murder weapon dripping with blood. Is that correct? Yes, all that blood. Drip, drip, drip. Just recalling that scene sends a chill down my spine. Sorry, but your so-called professional flight attendant training has failed you. What? I'd like to direct your attention to this, he says with his hands tied. Do you know what this is? It's a travel wallet, right? But it looks a little big and bulky. The thing you saw me holding when I discovered the dead body in the elevator was this very travel wallet, Miss Tenero. What? Impossible. Now then, do you still think I'm the killer? That I killed him with the travel wallet? But I saw blood dripping from the wallet. I know I did. As you can see, this wallet is clearly stained. But if you would be so kind as to take a whiff. I think you agreed it's only grape juice. No, I'm pretty sure that's supposed to be wine, but sure, we'll go with grape juice. Then, that's right, you mistook grape juice for blood. The murder weapon dripping with blood does not, in fact, exist. Now untie me! There, that should clear out the pesky accusation. Why are you yelling now? That is, I mean, even a wallet could be deadly if it was wrapped around something heavy. I demand that you show me what's inside, please. She's trembling and the tacked on please at the end. Sounds like I've got her. There's no need to look inside, even you can tell from its appearance that it's light. No, I can't be sure of anything until I see the contents of that wallet for myself. She's a persistent son of a bitch. I suppose we have no choice but to see what's inside. Miss Nara, if you would be so kind as to open the wallet and check its contents for me. Guess my hands are tight. I'm still trying to process just belongings, but we have no choice here. Republic of Virginia passport. See that the passport is all that's in here. As you saw, there's nothing but a passport inside. It renders your wallet was the murder weapon. Arrogant moot. Argument. Not arrogant. Argument. Wouldn't you agree? Please hear me out, Mr. Edgeworth. What is it now? Come on, can't you just admit defeat? Well, I was wondering, whose passport is it exactly? Like, I know. Can I take a look? Why not? I'm rather curious myself. This is... Ackby Hicks. The travel wallet belonged to Mr. Ackby Hicks, which makes it the victim's property. Then how did it get into Miles' jacket? You stole the victim's wallet, didn't you? How dare you? You said it yourself. You claimed to be holding this wallet in your hands when I found you. Motive? Why? Hello? Perhaps I did misconstrue the wallet for the murder weapon, but it seems that I wasn't wrong about who the culprit is. Travel wallet, however, it is something you stole from Mr. Hicks after you were done with the vile deed. I found it hard to believe myself, but your motive was very simple. You were out to steal Mr. Hicks' money, weren't you? Literally, the money is all strewn around the body, and it's not in the wallet, so... Even though I didn't have a murder weapon on me, you still suspect me, I see. You stood up at the crime scene with the victim's wallet in your hands. How can I turn a blind eye and not suspect you of foul play? Ah, she's a twitch! She's a twitch! She was twitching! There's a tell! She is lying! Watch her be the murderer. I wonder if I might get a word in, Ms. Tenero. What is it now? Ms. Tenero, I wonder if you noticed the contradiction within your own testimony. What are you talking about? It's simply impossible that the motive for this murder was monetary theft. One glance at the crime scene should have told you that. What about the scene that proved the motive occurred was not money? Literally everything.
Take that!
If I may direct your attention to the things strewn all over the floor. Yeah, that's right. The floor is covered in bills and coinage, and credit cards too. By your rationale, these were the very things the killer was after. Ah! I think I can assume that the wallet fell during the victim's struggle with his killer. I don't think the killer would have noticed something like money scattering everywhere. Furthermore, as you can see, there's no effort made by the killer to gather the money. But the wallet. Meant to frame me. Or Miles, rather. Ah, yes, the wallet. You will also recall that the only thing in it was Mr. Hicks' passport. Which one will throw suspicion onto anyone who has it. If you're really insisting that it was a crime based on greed, then you claim that it was all for an empty travel wallet. Yeah, because you can't use the passport because it's not your own damn face. Or name, so it's worthless. Forgive me! Yeah, not happening. Hey, what the heck? Are you saying the attendant's wrong? Yeah, obviously. So the guy isn't the killer? Don't believe it, everyone, it's a trick. Will you all please be quiet? Miss Tenero. Yes? You lost your cool when you saw the dead body. Plus, the lounge is dark and looking into the light from the elevator, it's easy to see how you mistook the wallet in my hand for the murder weapon. I take no offense that you thought I was the killer. Mr. Edgeworth. Yeah, please untie him. Thank you for releasing me. Who the what? What is it now? Is this the person that tried to frame me, maybe? Aw, thank you for the head pats. How you doing? Miss Tenero, if you could please translate, I'd be much obliged. It sounds like Virginian, but I don't understand any of it. There's another attendant on this flight who said that he is giving the runabout. I don't require an interpreter. I speak English just well, see? You, the attendant. I want this person to be under arrest until we arrive at the airport. Never mind. I'm suddenly suspecting that this is the culprit. I'm sorry, sir, but what exactly are you hoping for? What is it you want? I'm finished talking to the likes of you. Well, though, because I don't want spoilers. Sure. This isn't the game that you were playing with, Akane, though. This is a completely different game. This is the newest. But yeah, fair. Please, I would like to hear why you would like me to be held under arrest until we land. You, how dare you try to waste my time? Oh my god, does he have a red face? You're the one who stuck your nose into my affairs. I wanted to spend even at least one more second with my precious art. I have no time for other things. I know what you are, I see through you. Insolvent, yes, I'm pretty sure that's how you say it in English. What? Insolvent? Well, I should hope I'm not monetarily bankrupt, but I don't think that's what you meant. I'm sorry, but I don't think I caught your name. I'm Zinc LeBlanc II. I'm a very wealthy man in the Borginia. But I am not an ordinary rich man, I'm an art dealer, a rich seller of beauty. Let me just close this real quick. Okay. Mr. Longblanc, what did you mean just now? Pardon? I just said that Mr. Edgeworth was giving me the runabout. I have to explain. Unbelievable. I will say it once and only once. I did not have even a second to waste. Time is money, as they say. Yes, and yet you continue to blather on. I saw it. Yes, I did. I saw the victim go onto the elevator, going down to the lounge. License to love, laugh, maim, and murder. Well, shit. It was exactly at 16 o'clock. 6 o'clock. Why did I say 16? What the fuck? And what's the significance of that time? At 6, he says. Wait, you saw him at 6? He understands, I see. Ms. Attendant, what time did you discover the body? It's 6:13. 6:15, okay. I suppose a little after that patch of turbulence, so I would say around 6:15. Ah! Hicks was his name, yeah, was it? Then I say that man, Hicks was killed in the 15 minutes time span. And the only person in the lounge at that time was his prosecutor, yes? Yeah, I was in my seat the whole time. Me too, I was watching the movie and enjoying a fine glass of grape juice. That's clearly wine, but sure. I was still my god, I didn't even pay attention to that. That thing is huge. Every piece of food in that area is huge. There's a gaming console too, what the shit? I was still eating, see? Still haven't finished, see? The other passengers have an alibi, so you have no problem with them, I suppose. No complaint, I see. Not a single word against this, right? I have no way of discounting what you have put forth this time, but it wasn't me. Oh, so you say, but do you have what you say, the evidence? Are you really the culprit after all? Mr. LeBlanc, I suppose you're quite certain of what you saw. Enough to give a testimony? Of course, I was looking at that man the whole time. He was playing with that annoying little, small machine the whole time. Machine. Yes, that's what you people call it in English, yes? I was making crazy with the click, click, click. Sounds like some sort of small computer. What Mr. LeBlanc was talking about is a cell phone. I would say that I did see him playing with it quite a bit myself. Simple cell phone. Laptop or organizer I can see, but that's kind of low budget. I hate that noisy little machine in his hand. Not a fragment of beauty. All it produces is ugly sound. Anyway, I know what I saw. There's nothing like that on the body, not in his hand, and it looks like there was something clipped to him. I really wish I could look at that, though. I was wondering if I might be granted permission to examine the crime scene. What? You want to examine the crime scene? If you would grant me a little measure of time, I'm sure I can produce the real culprit. I don't like the sound of that. Fox in the duck pen. Fox in the chicken house, or fox in the coop, something like that, is a bit more accurate. Hen house, that's what it was. Yeah, it's a fox guard in the hen house, and I believe my innocence was proven earlier. If I'm given the chance, I can clear up all the remaining doubts. Miss Tenera, if you wait until we arrive, there is a good chance that some evidence will have been destroyed by then. I understand. Let me see what the captain has to say. Ha! This should not be approved. Please, Mr. LeBlanc, in an emergency, all decisions are to be made by the captain alone. Now please, wait here until I go ask the captain what to do. I'll be right back. What was that? You're not planning to erase evidence when you are doing your investigation, yes? Of course not. Ha, we will see. And she walks normally on the way back. Okay. Mr. Edgeworth, you have the captain's permission to investigate the crime scene. What? Unbelievable. I am in your debt, Miss Tenero. However, there's one condition. I am to supervise you. Can you agree to that? Oh, obviously. Of course, I see no problem with that stipulation. It's only natural as I'm still a suspect in this case. I take full responsibility and will watch Mr. Edgeworth's every move. I hope this is reassurance enough that there will be no foul play. Now then, Mr. Edgeworth, shall we proceed? If you should need my help with anything, please feel free to use tea to talk. Time to head to the scene of the crime in the first floor lounge. Can I investigate this first? This is Mr. Hicks' seat. I don't see the machine Mr. LeBlanc was talking about. Perhaps it's in the elevator. Maybe we should probably head down to the crime scene now. Do I go this way? What's with the running? I want to thank you for your help back there, Miss Tenero. It was nothing. You should thank the captain for granting you permission. And just so everything is perfectly clear, I still don't trust you. You standing with me hasn't changed one iota. I see. I'll bear that in mind. I received an order from the captain earlier. He wanted to know that, you to know that. We reserve the right to stop your investigation if we feel you're not making progress. And when we do, we ask that you please return to your seat at that time. So my time runs out at his and his crew's discretion. I have to find a way to discredit Mr. LeBlanc's testimony before time's up. I understand. By the way, is there any place that you can think of where the killer might hide on board? I don't think so. After every first-class passenger was accounted for at his or her seat, we made a thorough search of the plane. As for business and economy class, no one can move between those two classes and first class without a staff keycard. And we found no record of a keycard being used at all. Which means that I have a first-class killer on my hands. Pun intended. At least I know that much for sure. And one other thing. No one else has been allowed near this crime scene since the murder was discovered either. Now then, let's get started. But where should we start from? Well, let's start with Mr. LeBlanc's statements. The crime occurred between 6 a.m. and 6:15 a.m. During that interval, the only person in the lounge was myself, which would make me, the prime suspect. However, since I did not kill Mr. Hicks, it means that the killer was around somewhere. If we are to believe what you say is true, then yes. And the first order of business will be to gather information to win your trust. What floor is the elevator service? Only the first and second, although it can also go down to the cargo hold. However, that requires a flight crew keycard. So the only floors accessible to passengers are the first and second, huh? I won't rest until I've inspected every suspicious looking nook and cranny. I saw footprints. Wait, I saw footprints. The in-flight shop is just beyond these shutters, but we don't have permission to open them, so I'm afraid I must leave them closed. Must be clues found here in this lounge. I must remain ever vigilant. Footprints! There's some spilled grape juice in front of the elevator. I assume it was spilled during the turbulence. Oh, let's clean it up if someone might get hurt. I found some very important evidence. Footprints! What is it? They're a little smudged, but I think we can both agree these are a set of footprints. So you think, yes, these belong to our killer. Oh, then maybe we should check the shoe sizes of everyone in first class. I don't think it'll be of any help to us. Unfortunately, the prints are too smudged, which will make it hard to get a definitive match. Oh, I see. Okay, now I'm gonna look at this. Look at the body. I wonder what was hanging off of this lanyard. Something's missing from this picture. I could just put my finger on it. Is there something missing? What is this sinister looking figure on the floor? Oh, that's a piggy bank of our company mascot, Captain Ugo. It's just one of the many pieces of merchandise we sell in our in-flight shop. This bank is a limited edition and is so popular that we're down to our last one. You have an in-flight shop? Yes, just beyond the lounge to the right, behind the shutters, yeah. But it was open the whole flight up until Mr. Hicks' body was discovered. There's blood here because it's been a murder weapon. And his pocket though. There you go. There's something sticking out of his pocket. Hope you won't mind if I take a look at what's inside. It's a picture. Ah! There around his neck. Phone. Looks like it was taken inside a building somewhere. He does not smile. He was not smiling. Why is he not smiling? I doubt anyone's expecting to find a dead body in an elevator on this flight. Yes. She's trembling, although I can't fall for that when there's a corpse right there. If you're really dead, then please answer. Yeah. That's not how that works. Well, then new symptoms seems to have appeared. Anyway, I should focus on the victim's body. Let's see. There's blood on the back of Mr. Hicks' head. Let's be the cause of death. He appears to have been struck very hard. Even his glasses are broken. Here. Yeah, connect to the picture the phone is missing. That's gonna get me every time! Mr. Hicks' machine is nowhere to be found. His cell phone. So I guess because it's not here, I think we can safely deduce the killer took it. Which I don't have! Ha ha ha! Or Miles doesn't have, rather. Money is strewn all over the floor of the elevator. I would guess it was all in Mr. Hicks' wallet at some point. Anything else immediately suspicious? I can investigate his shoes. Oh, there's no grape residues on the sole of his shoes, making it highly unlikely that Mr. Hicks entered this elevator after the turbulence. The footprints are leading away from the elevator, obviously. Okay, I think that's everything in this area, right? Yes, okay. There we go. Toppled over chair, yet another victim of the turbulence. Oh, look at all the grape juice staining in the back. I mean, I look like it, but the chair was extremely valuable. Yes, it was used when the rocker pals came to tour this plane. Someone toured it. Okay. The rocker pals leader sat in his very chair. Oh my god, why can I not read that? I'm sorry, but what are these rocker pals? I can't believe you never heard of them. They're all the rage. The Rocker Pals are an extremely popular international band. They added the pals part as they became more popular, especially among teens. That explains it. I'm not really one for music of today. Maybe I should ask Detective Gumshoe about them later. On second thought, I can already see how confusing the conversation would get. Oh, yeah, because he says pal all the time. His bottles and glasses must have been broken by the turbulence. There's quite a bit of broken glass here. Please be careful when passing through the area. Thank you very much for the warning, Mr. Edgeworth. However, no matter how kind you are towards me, know that it does not clear up any suspicions I have about you. I wasn't warning you for the sake of clearing my name. What I am gonna do, though, is... Okay, so we'll connect these two first. Yeah. Statue with blood on it lying next to the body of a man who was beaten to death. Oh, you did you? The way the blood is on this, it looks like it matches up with the wound on his head. Well, are we deserving of a master of the obvious title? God, I love his thought process. Just the remarks that he knows that he shouldn't say, but like thinks regardless. Well, what do you think, Mr. Edgeworth? Don't you think that that's worth investigating? It would appear that this figure is our murder weapon. I mean, I can't think of any other connection. Her face is twitching again. Perhaps the master of the obvious would be more befitting. Wait, was it obvious or oblivious? Oh, master of the oblivious. Okay. Spill grape juice. Where was the killer? I want to say this because... Shit. Not exactly a shining example of the perfect line of logic. Damn it! Broken glasses... Okay, none of that seems to line up right now. At least not that I can tell, but... My train of thought for that one was because the footsteps are leading away from the elevator to the gift shop. Which was open at the time. They did confirm that, but... Were they broken during his murder? Spill... Okay, we'll see if I can find any other evidence. Or who is this? This is a bronze statue of the founder of Go U Airlines, Mr. Ugo Hughes. The one on the left is when he was in his 40s, and the one on... Why does he look identical? Man, aged all over those 4 decades? Maybe I need to squint more. Kind of winters offer a glimpse of the sky, and these clouds that tell me nothing. You look like you're talking to the clouds. That's so. And tell me, what do you suppose I said to them? I don't know, but it looked like a rather one-sided conversation. Clouds. They tell me nothing. Can I... Okay, I can investigate this. Leave the flight attendant's room, but please understand that it's off limits to unauthorized personnel. Scent of women's perfume. Only think this perfume would smell great, however, to me it simply smells. I feel that. Not that I have any interest in what lies beyond the store. Perhaps we should return to the investigation, Mr. Edgeworth? Mr. Edgeworth? Sorry, I spaced out for a second there. A few copies of Sky magazine in the magazine rack. This month's special is an English trivia quiz. It's not a bad idea. I've heard that the youth of today don't know a particle from a participle. And now, please, don't go around confusing people with made-up words, Mr. Edgeworth. Oh god, no, why? Really? Case in point. Grand piano is a part of this plane. It can play the music of whatever CD we insert into the CD drive. Of course, it's fake. It's not a piano, it's more like an overgrown music box. I don't know about overgrown, but definitely oversized. It's keys to press along with the music as though it's really someone playing it. Some people have entirely too much money to waste on overly complex toys. Can I not investigate the ice bucket, or did that just fall over in the turbulence? Glasses and candles thrown just right by the turbulence. It's been a while since I've seen this big of a mess. Terribly embarrassing, but I thought it was an earthquake for a second. And I frantically started searching for gas valves to shut off. Guess the shaking of the plane was bad enough to be mistaken for a real earthquake. Not that I would know, since I was unconscious for most of it. Pity that a bronze statue knows not when good drink has been spilled at its feet. Feet. No, I said that. I said feet weird. This is a statue for founder. Yeah. Sure, he would be thrilled if he knew so much grape juice was here at his feet. Is that a hint of hero worshipping, I detect? Okay. Looks like I investigated everything here. Can I go back up? No, I can't. Oh, hell, which means I needed to do something else, but I'm not sure what. Okay. Yeah, I might as well ask her if she has anything. Needs assistance. Did you notice anything? I was wondering whose footprints those are next to the elevator. I'd say the killers, wouldn't you say? Even if they aren't, I'm sure they are a vital clue to solving this case. And there are other clues waiting to be found in other places. Come on now, Mr. Edgeworth, let's find them together. Nobody likes to credit thieves to stop stealing my lights. I'd like to ask you about investigating the lounge. As long as you have the captain's permission, I can't stop you from looking around. If the capacity matches along, tell him I'm grateful for his spirit of cooperation. I will, however, please realize that you are still under suspicion. To be honest, I still have my doubts about you. Of course, and I take no offense. Do you really understand what I'm saying? Yes, verily. Do you pinky swear, Do you pinky swear you do on your honor as a professional prosecutor? I pinky swear I do on my honor as a professional prosecutor. He has been accused of murder at least one other time? Yeah, he's been accused of murder once, and then there's another time where a murder occurred, or rather, his body was found in his car, so I guess that settles that. I feel my honor as a man slowly diminishing. Mood. I was wondering if you noticed anything, Miss Tenero. Yes, I can't help but notice the sad atmosphere in here. Yeah, it is a rather tragic crime scene. I'll say, robbing the poor man after bludgeoning him to death, talk about rubbing in the salt. The money's still there! He wasn't robbed! Can't forgive someone who would do this to a passenger of mine. I swear, as a professional flight attendant, that I will capture the culprit with my own hands. And I promise, as a prosecutor, to solve this case with logic and deduction. I should go over all the leads I've collected so far one more time. The key to solving this lies at the intersection of my logic and the evidence. Ah, god damn it, I knew it. Okay. clues point to where the killer could have been. Connects the first floor with the second floor, broken glass, spilled grape juice. The only thing I can think of is maybe this is a connection, but... Oh, yep, okay. Sure, there wasn't anyone else in the lounge other than myself right before the turbulence. But if the killer was in the elevator along with the victim, then that's a different story. There we go. That's how I connect this. Okay. I have it. I'm sorry, but I don't understand, Mr. Edgeworth. I can prove that someone other than myself was here around the time of the murder. What? Really? Yes, it's rather simple, actually. The proof is in the pudding, or rather, grape juice in this case. These footsteps here confessed to me this very fact, that someone exited the elevator alive. Seeing as how the victim is dead, that would mean a second person. But couldn't the footsteps be from Mr. Hicks himself? Ah, but if you take a look at our victim's shoes, you can see that the soles are spotless. Which means Mr. Hicks wasn't alone in the elevator. In fact, it's quite the opposite. There's actually one other person inside the elevator. Yay! Okay, I only made one mistake, because I got a little bit hasty with the connections. What's going on over there? This son of a bitch again. I love her hair! The fact she's a bear, like a teddy with her... Unforgivable. This is unforgivable. Leave her alone. Do you understand what I'm saying? The movie is late. It's the same level of bad as if the plane arrived late. But the movie... What? I will not talk to you anymore. You were just wasting my time. Leave the poor girl alone. What's the matter, Mr. LeBlanc? If there's no emergency, please return to your seat, sir. Do not tell me what to do. I need not to sit down. Well, Mr. Prosecutor, did you prove you're innocent yet? If you would like, I will prove my innocence to you right now. What nonsense? Are you saying my eyewitness testimony is mistaken? Not mistaken, merely there's room for doubt. I'd be most honored if you could please tell me what you saw in detail once more. Fine, suit yourself. What's with the handgun motion? And like the pointing fingers, like, seriously? I'm certain I saw Mr. Hicks enter that elevator. It was when the needles on my pocket watch pointed to the 6 and the 12. The body was discovered 15 minutes after that in the lounge, yes? That's a really big time frame, though. Then you, the only person in the lounge at that time, must be the criminal. Mr. LeBlanc's conclusions seem to make logical sense. After all, the only person in the lounge at that supposed time of the murder was me. So my eyewitness testimony, if you think you can destroy it, then come let me see. Can I have a look at your shoes, please? Hurry, do I look like a man who is having the time to wait for you? Why is he so irritated? I'm the one accused of murder here. Anyway, you must find a way to discredit Mr. LeBlanc's accounts somehow and fast. Well, obviously I wasn't the only one in the lounge because I found footsteps. Or footprints, not footsteps. Footsteps is the sound, footprints is the actual physical evidence. The needles in my pocket watch pointed to the 6 and the 12. The body was discovered 15 minutes after that in the lounge, yes. And you, the only person in the lounge at that time, must be the criminal. Ah, come on! 10 million piece of evidence. I can't believe how much time I spent here. Pay for this time with your piece of evidence. Stop! There's an invaluable piece of evidence. If you do not know how to use it, then give it to me. I will try to use it for you. I know how to use it just fine, thank you. I simply made a tiny error. Actually, maybe I should think the way he thinks I was the only person in the lounge. It's the most mistaken way of thinking I've ever heard of. No, your silly opinion is what is mistaken. Please calm down, the both of you. In a sense, you're both mistaken. That isn't the pot calling the kettle black when I don't know what it is. He certainly has a lot of confidence in his testimony. If push comes to shove, I need to press him for more information. Well, I'll just press everything, but... Rather, I could say, was he alone? Able to get a good look at the inside of the elevator at the time. Of course, I saw what was inside. And you're sure that the victim was in the elevator alone? Yes, the only person inside was that Mr. Hicks man. plot burst is a little too important to let go. That's where the connection is. Yep, okay. Mr. LeBlanc. What is it? There's a very glaring contradiction in your testimony. I keep jumping the gun with evidence, and that's my issue. It's like, I'm like, oh, I can make connections, but the game wants me to follow a certain path, so it's like, nope, you're wrong. Please take a look at the area in front of the elevator. There, at the spilled grape juice. I still want to say wine. Yes, and? Will you admit that you also spilled it with the blood? No, it spilled itself during the turbulence. But the interesting thing here is the set of grape juice footprints. Yeah, can I see your shoes? I want to see your shoes. Yes, the only ones that lead from within the elevator out into the lounge itself. It's evidence that proves that someone other than Mr. Hicks exited the elevator alive. Must have been another person in the elevator with Mr. Hicks. Now then, I'm done playing games. Why don't you tell us the truth? Are you trying to pretend that you don't speak English? Can you please translate for us? Oh my god, is she not wearing a bra? Cause it looks like, something's sticking out there. No way, that's totally impossible, I guess is what he said. No way, that is totally impossible. I know there's no other person in there, I saw with my own eyes. If you want to know what I think, Mr. Edgeworth, I don't think Mr. LeBlanc is lying to us. I suppose she's right. He doesn't seem to be lying. But then, what does it mean? What about this contradiction? Mr. LeBlanc, please just once more, will you recall the details of what you witnessed for me? He was in the elevator. I was very upset when Mr. Hicks passed by my seat. I was always checking the time over and over again. I happened to follow that man with my eyes when he passed me, and I saw clearly into the elevator he was entering, but I swear there was no one else inside. No one. Mr. Blanc, if you would please calm down. Dare you two have an issue with my eyewitness testimony? No, not at all. Please forget I said anything. Yet again, he doesn't appear to be lying, but I can't let his testimony stand as the truth. Sweating there profusely, buddy. Why are you upset? So, are you still upset now? I'm always upset. Only time I'm not is when I have a piece of art in my hands. It is surprisingly easy to believe that about him. But I was even more upset when Mr. Hicks walked by me. I was always checking the time over and over again. Why? Why are you so attentive to the time? Because something unforgivable was happening. Come to think of it, you were yelling about something unforgivable earlier. I was giving a complaint to the attendant about the movie starting time. Return back to me my time. In money. You understand the point. So I'm talking about the in-flight one that's mentioned in the magazine? Ah, okay. 6 o'clock to 8 o'clock. Summary of the plot and its start time. Interesting. They're supposed to show License to Love, Laugh, Maine, and Murder. I cannot see that movie in my country. You can only see it on international flights. I looked forward greatly to that movie. I checked my pocket watch whenever possible so I would not miss it. I even set my pocket watch to the destination time when I came on board. So my watch is not wrong, it matched the schedule. But the movie is still late. Yeah, very, very late. Pocket watch. I'd like to ask you a little more about it, if that's alright. The movie I wanted to see would not start, so I checked my pocket watch many times. My watch is set to my destination's time. I always set it when I board the plane. Okay, but that makes me curious. Ah, here we go. See, all times shown correspond to our departure time zone, so it's different. The time zone is different. Right? Because he set it to the destination time, so that would be the place that he's landing, and if there's a time zone difference, that would mean... Okay. So his time is wrong. Mr. LeBlanc, you said this just now in your testimony. I even set my pocket watch to the destination time when I came aboard. Now, if your watch has been set to our destination's time zone, it would mean that your watch is displaying the time of our destination, not our departure. The correct time is worth 6 cents. I'd like you to take a look at this. If you believe the Sky magazine, clocks on this flight run in accordance with the time zone of our departure time zone. The time of our departure time zone. Of course, the movie scheduled was also created with that in mind. In this scenario, for confirmation's sake, what time zone is this flight aligned to right now? Well, it made a short stop at a transfer point. That's right, it was in that small Asian country, the Republic of Shangfa. But we didn't readjust our onboard clocks at that time. So right now, we're still running on Borginian time. What? The time difference between Borginia and our destination is 9 hours. In that case, it's only natural for your that your watch would be out of sync with the schedule. Where'd the wind come from? Further, with your analog watch set to our destination's time, it would appear to be running 3 hours fast when compared to the flight's onboard clocks. It also changes everything about your testimony. And you can bet 1 million cents on that. In light of this information, that means you saw Mr. Hicks 3 hours prior at 3 a.m. By 1 million cents! Oh, she's like falling asleep. This should clear up all the remaining accusations. So this basically widens the time frame for the time of death, right? Yes, because Mr. LeBlanc saw the victim enter the elevator at 3 a.m., that means that the time of death could be anywhere from 3 to 6:15. The question now is where was Mr. Hicks during that span of time, and what was he doing? I've got something to say. And you are? Yeah, oh, I'm Cammy Neal. I'm a flight attendant. And what is it you wish to say? Well, I think your story is a little different from how I remember it. What do you mean, Cammy? I saw Mr. Hicks sitting in his seat at 5 a.m., you know? How can you be so sure of the time? Oh, that's right, he pushed his call button while we were parked at the transfer point. So we'll be making a brief stop to refuel and transfer cargo in the Republic of Shangfa between 4 and 5 a.m. We ask that all passengers remain on board at that time. Thank you for your cooperation. Oh, it's saying this is the captain, like Captain Ugo here. Not the actual captain's name is Ugo. That'd be funny because Ugo's dead. The stop we made refueling cargo station. It was from 4 a.m. to 5 a.m. according to our clocks. And during that time, did any of the passengers leave or did any new ones board this flight? No. Not a single person got off or on in Qingfa. What about the flight crew? The few who were handling the cargo transfer might have temporarily gotten on or off, but eventually everyone, including Cammy and myself, came back on the plane. So basically I can assume that no one left or got on since our initial takeoff. Interesting, I should keep that in mind. Yeah, and I answered his call. I can tell you Mr. Akabe Hicks was there in the seat when we took off again at 5 a.m. Alright, then that puts the time of the murder between 5 and 6:15 a.m. Okay, now what time did you come down to the lounge, Mr. Edgeworth? I remember coming down here almost as soon as we left the Republic of Shangfa. You were here the whole time from 5, yes? Then you are the only one who could be the killer. Were you really here in this lounge the entire time from 5 a.m. onwards? Unfortunately, yes. But then how do we explain the footprints? Is it not obvious? This man waited for Mr. Hicks here in this lounge, waited to kill him. Then he put the corpse into the elevator. That is when the turbulence happened. My eyewitness testimony may have been mistaken. But what time I saw Mr. Hicks enter the elevator on the 2nd floor does not matter. Yes, it does! Because the entire incident concluded here in this lounge. Is that what you really believe, Mr. LeBlanc? I simply feel that there's something out of place in the scenario you presented. For me, it's like, the coins are all strewn about in there, but my concern is the glasses, because if they broke while he was in the elevator, like, if everything occurred in the elevator, is there glass in the elevator? Because I'm not sure that I saw anything. Simply feel that there is something out of place in the scenario you presented. Ties current to a location other than this lounge. I know this isn't it, but I want to get a closer look at this. That is cool. That's a cool statue. Something tied this crime to location other than this lounge. The only thing I can think of is maybe that everything is in the elevator, like...
Take that!
Yeah, that was too obvious. Grasping for weeds, I think is how you say it. Didn't mean to pull that piece out, it was a simple slip of the hand, I assure you. Something that can tie this location to anything other than the lounge. Meals, drinks... So drinks were between 5 and 6 a.m. Some blood on the corners, because piggy would be the murder weapon. Well, yeah, we've already established that. No, that's just grape juice, and that was from when, I think... Wait. Picked up off the floor from the elevator, there's but a passport side. Did this get grape juice? Sure, it was I who dropped it in the juice, however, I didn't do it out of ill intentions. Okay, no, so it was from him, so that doesn't have anything to do with the murder. Fuck! We're still looking for this, so we have absolutely no idea where this is, but... Something that could tie this crime scene to a location other than this lounge. I'm not gonna lie, I'm genuinely unsure. Let me see, we took off again at 5 a.m. The only thing I could think of is maybe this to tie it to the gift shop. Like, either one of these is tied to the gift shop, but...
Take that!
Oh, okay! Yep, that was it. This little piggy bank is sold at the in-flight shop. It is sold there and only there, and is not displayed here in this lounge. How then did it find its way here? Don't you find that a tiny bit suspicious? Such a trivial point. It only means that you prepared it, taking it from the shop first before coming here. It doesn't prove you're innocent at all. Fingerprints? Oh, wait, actually no, because no forensics. Never mind, can't prove that. If I may. You see, well, it's just as Mr. Edgeworth says. And why do you know this so well? Well, it's just that that piggy bank was here in the shop. I saw it with my own eyes. And when was this? It was maybe around 5:40 a.m.? Isn't that just before we hit that patch of turbulence? That's right. You were in the shop just before the turbulence? Yes, I was. Come to think of it. Miss Tenero, when I found the body, I believe you came out of that door. Yes, I did. And what is beyond that door? That's the flight attendant's room. Then you were on the first floor? Yes. I had to do something at the shop and in the flight attendant's room, so I went to the shop first and then to the flight attendant's room. Are you saying you passed by me at some point? Yes, you seemed really into the issue of Sky magazine you were reading at the time. I don't suppose you noticed me walking by. I vaguely recall someone walking by, but I didn't take notice of who it was. Okay, see, that's issue number 1. You always pay attention to your surroundings. Anyway, the piggy bank was definitely out there at the shop when I went there. Why did you go to the shop in the first place? I went there for a work-related matter. Work, you say? Yes, the upkeep of the shop is also one of my responsibilities. Why did you not say anything about that until now is what I want to know. In any case, I believe it's clear that the shop needs to be investigated as well. Shall we head over there then? What is it now? Aren't you forgetting something, Ms. Rhoda? Don't you need the captain's permission to check the shop? No, I haven't forgotten. But I have already asked him for permission to search the entire plane. So I think we're alright. Huh? That's weird. What is it? Well, I just talked to the captaincy. And he said that he didn't give you permission to do anything like that at all. What? What does it mean in this, Miss Tenero? Mishi's lying. Go on, admit that you are. You said you had permission to search all over, but you don't, and yet here you are. You, flight attendant, what are you trying to do? Pull the sheep over us? Pull the wool over our eyes. The captain's calling for you, Ms. Rhoda. Oh, but don't worry. I already got permission to search the shop from the captain. See, unlike you, I do things the right way. Why would you do such a thing? Please excuse me. Looks like I get to be in charge now. Please go back to your seat, Mr. LeBlanc. Now then, Mr. Edgeworth. If you would follow me, I will be your guide from now on. Something about Miss Tenera has piqued my curiosity, but right now, investigating the in-flight shop is my top priority. Hello. There's flowers on the ground, there's glass everywhere. Well, not everywhere, but like, there's a lot of glass there. So this is the in-flight shop. It's quite a mess in here. Oh, there's magazines on the ground too. I didn't see that. I guess I have to clean things up then. Teehee. Hold on! Back up. Can't just clean up a potential crime scene. Oh, thank goodness, I hate cleaning so much. I mustn't rush things here. I must remain cool, calm, and collected. Because this piggy bank was left at the crime scene. The bears that she's holding are all in the rack there behind me, too. There's a good chance that the killer had paid this place a visit. I'm more curious about the fact that that's over the window. And, like, those are the ugliest suitcases I've ever seen. Those are our company's completely original line of suitcases. They're practically flying out the door. That's how popular they are. You should buy one and see how you like it. You won't regret it. I would 100% regret it. My god, is that ugly. Perhaps that's how things work on this flight, but in the real world, you try, then you buy. No win, but either way, it doesn't really matter. Sure, either way, why would anyone buy a suitcase after they boarded the plane? Yeah, that's true. See that? Just look at all the Captain Ugo heads painted on there. Cute company mascot, isn't he? I mean, he is cute, I'll give you that, but you pin it on with a lot of care. Doesn't he look like he's about to jump off at you? Not really. It is certainly making something jump inside my stomach. No, I guess there's nothing fooling your refined tastes. You looked like you really wanted to get one, and I thought I was going to finally make my first sale, but you saw right through it. That's done, though. Never make me try to give you a sales pitch ever again. No one made you give you that sales pitch. Never showed any interest in it to begin with. It really is pretty horrible, isn't it? You wanna know something? That suitcase was designed by Ms. Rhoda. She didn't. Yeah, it was a company-wide contest. Well, it just have a very sharp design sense. Like, stinky sharp cheddar. Your time, I think we said 8, but I'm cool with whatever. I can technically stop this at any time and switch to Raft, so you can choose, Issa, what you want to do. I think I'm about, like, halfway through, this case. These cases don't last super long, I think. I know the one yesterday, or last night for me, lasted 2 hours? Something like that? Roughly. Finish your case then and poke me when you're done. Okay. Won't be. I'll do my best to hurry. So long as I don't make too many stupid mistakes. I think I forgot my Issa dictionary at home. AFD. Explain the idiot in the room. The big wig decided to go with it. It's so blech. It's definitely not what I would have expected. Wow! What the what? I'm fine. Please watch yourself, Ms. Meal. Melee. I like melee. Letting Suki's freely roll around is glad to be a safety violation. Here, I'll put it back. The other one has stoppers on it, this one doesn't. Also, the wheels are mismatched. Mixed matched. Like, see? That's interesting. Do we have anything? Flinch can cause it to roll and flint. Okay. There we go. Inside the display case is a row of lifesavers and life vests for sale. You sell a lot of those when there's some kind of accident or something. You sell them? Why are you... Yeah, this the shop is one shopper away from being sued. Let me investigate. I saw it for a split second and then it just disappeared. No, where's the... Yes, there we go. Beautiful flowers and a beautiful arrangement. I feel cleansed just by looking at them. Well, you're kind of stepping on a few of them, you know, Mr. Edgeworth. Oh, excuse me. Okay. I will finish your case and then do me when you're done with it. Okay, do my best to hurry. It's shattered all over the floor, and it looks like there's nothing on display inside either. Wait, actually, I think there is something. A mini captain's hat. Yeah, from the Bears or something like that. Or is... This is my assumption, because every other thing has a... Yep! Captain's hat. The hat probably used to be on the piggy bank's head. Let's give it a go and see. Okay, that's adorable. I believe this piggy bank was forcibly removed from this display case. And the killer broke the glass to get at it. Really? Don't tell me you don't know where things go in this shop. Well, I don't. Miss Rhoda's in charge of this place. So, come on, how should I know anything? Since that further inspection of this display case is needed. But, like, here's the other thing. The glass is outward, not inward. So... What was until I've expected every suspicious-looking nook and cranny? Glass on the store was broken. Perhaps it was the killer who broke it in order to take the piggy bank. But it's a bit odd that the inside of the case is so devoid of— Yeah, see? That's my point. Plus, the glass broke rather cleanly. What is it? I touched the glass and I cut my finger. Please tell me you can deal with such a minor cut on your own. Yeah, seriously, why would you touch glass? Like, without gloves or a cloth or something. GoU Airlines related books on the shelf, the history of GoU Airlines, the future of GoU Airlines, the 7 wonders of GoU, flight on GoU Airlines, working name, you go Airlines, you go, you... The titles make it very clear they won't be making the top sellers list anytime soon. Same man is the one portrayed by the statues on the elevator. Yeah, it's a paperweight of the founder of GoU Airlines, Mr. Ugo Hughes. On the bottom shelf we have the cute one, the middle shelf is the realistic one, and on the top shelf, that's the floral version. Okay. Sure about that? Let me guess, you just said the first thing that came to your mind, right? Oh, looks like I hit the bullseye. Yeah, that is... Okay, so that is weird. Can I know I need to deduce something, but we'll look at this stuff. Kinds of luxury name brand merchandise for sale in this display case. And they land up in just such a manner as to scream, "Buy me!" to any passerbys. Stuffed toys just like the one Miss Mealy is holding are on display here. Relatively cheap, which explains why they're displayed so haphazardly. I actually kind of do. These are like the one thing that I would want to be tempted to buy. They're great for when you're stressed. Why do I envision stuffed animal abuse when she says that? Okay. Anything new? No. can only assume, is this file somehow connected to any of the evidence I hold? Okay, the suitcase is not in the evidence, but... Other hands... Well, I can only assume that this... So I'm really not sure. Oh god, wait, no, stop. I hit Windows key by accident. Okay. I had to hit Z, and I hit the Windows key. Can we see? Oh, yeah, well. There's definitely something very unusual about this. About what? The killer broke in the glass to get at the Captain Hugo bank. There should be shards of glass inside the case itself. Yeah, I guess it'd be like that. However, there's not a single piece of glass inside the display case. Nope, no there isn't. Which means that the glass is broken from the inside out. Piggy Bank must have fallen over from the turbulence and right through the glass. Yeah, that's for sure. There's so much glass all over the floor. I'm willing to bet that this hat was knocked off its head at that time, too. That's nice. It's easy to believe that the killer took Captain Hugo Bank from here after the turbulence. Which started at, say, about 6? Huh, okay. Take your power naps on your own time, Ms. Mealy, and listen to when I'm talking. Listen to when I'm talking. Well, the murder occurred before the turbulence, which rules this piggy bank out as the murder weapon. So you mean the bank's not the real murder weapon? It's a fake? Yes, at this point, it's a very real possibility. But what if the killer wanted to take Captain Hugo? They broke the glass by accident? The display case is locked, so that's highly unlikely. Yeah, but there's one person who could've. Oh, and who would that be? Ms. Rhoda, of course. I mean, she's the one in charge of this place, so she has the keys to everything. Okay, but it said that I missed something. So I'm curious as to what I missed. Maybe I didn't, I don't know. Huh? But why is it telling me that it's, like, why is it not checked off? That's what's... Ah, here we go, okay. There's a lock in this display case. The one who's in charge of the shop is Ms. Rhoda, so she's got the keys to all the display cases. Okay. Then I'd say that's everything, right? Okay, so... Rest of the shop. Okay. Yes, there's definitely something wrong here. What's the son yelling? Tell me this, Millie, don't you think that there's something strange about these suitcases? Oh, well, sure, they totally ooze strange. Like the color and the such. That's not what I'm talking about. Now pay attention. Excuse me, Mr. Hedgeworth. Sorry. These suitcases are lined up a bit too prim and proper. Yeah, they look a bit uptight, don't they? But I guess they take after their creator. Hee hee. Again, it's not what I meant, Miss Mealy. Don't you find it unusual that these cases are the only things undisturbed by the turbulence? Never mind, I'd sooner find an answer by inspecting these suitcases myself. They really are quite hideous. I wonder how Ms. Rhoda would have reacted if she heard what you just said. She makes a good point. It would be wise of me to watch what I say out loud. Yeah. What's unusual about this suitcase? What the... Well, one, there's that. Like, the one wheel is...
Take that!
There's something very peculiar about these wheels. Since there are no stoppers in place on these. Without stoppers, one would think that the turbulence would have sent it flying. And so it was very likely the suitcase was placed here after we hit that turbulence. There we go. What's this? The wheel is completely covered in something. It's color in the scent. It appears the substance in question is grape juice. Why would they read juice on the wheel of a suitcase? Open it up. Let's see what's inside. Give me the goodies. Hello. And it's soaked with blood. It's blood. Appears like the suitcase is very strongly tied to our murder after all. Yay! I got my health back. So explain this to me. What does the suitcase have to do with the murder? I believe it's pretty safe to say that the killer used the suitcase in some manner. Such as to move something, perhaps? They move the body? Aren't you just talking about the cloth then? That alone is too small. A larger item would be needed to move what I'm thinking of. The thing I believe the killer used the suitcase to transport is... I want to say the body.
Take that!
That fin-sized suitcase is also covered in blood. Sounds like a dead body, doesn't it? Beautiful pattern has been soiled by blood. But, in light of this, I'd say that Mr. Hicks has moved into the elevator from someplace else. Which means that the murder was committed in an entirely different location. So you're saying that after moving the body into the elevator, the killer brought the suitcase in here and just left it? Exactly. Actually, wait a minute. That explains the streak marks right here. So this is how the suitcase got the juice on at least one of the wheels. Yeah, because it looks like... Yeah, so person was walking, rolling the suitcase with them. Somehow managed to not get it on all the wheels, but... Okay. But what about the cloth? This pattern looks familiar. Was a victim wrapped in it at some point? Something very familiar about this. Yeah, fabric pattern. I was thinking the same thing. What is it? Nothing. Just that... I was thinking about what Ms. Rhoda said about coming here for something. Excuse me, Mr. Edgeworth? I wanted to give you a bit more time, but I'm afraid I wasn't able to convince the captain. I'm very sorry, Mr. Edgeworth, but the captain feels that he has allowed you ample time. He says that he'd appreciate it if you could wrap it up here and return to your seat. I understand its sentiments, however, if I'm not allowed to complete my investigation, the crime scene may become contaminated by the time we land. If I must stop, then I insist I be allowed to oversee the preservation of the two sites. Under your supervision, of course. If that's your only condition, then I believe we could accommodate your wishes. I'm here to assist you in any way that I can, Mr. Edgeworth. Sounds like fun! We can camp out and watch over everything together. I found proof the real crime scene was not in the lounge. And I have enough evidence to prove myself to be innocent of any wrongdoing. And yet, regarding what Ms. Bailey reminded me about Ms. Tenero, I can't allow my investigation to end here. The truth must come to light. Okay. Then I'll wrap it up here. So I will go and poke Issa, then... You! Oh my god! What are you doing here? Why are you here? Okay. Yeah, I'll save one more time. Out of paranoia. Oh god. Okie doke. So, yeah. So I'm gonna be streaming, again tomorrow. Probably the same time, probably 8 p.m. JST, 7 a.m. EST. I will send out another announcement on Blue Sky. And yes, I do need to practice or remember to do Discord more often. I'm still getting used to that, getting in the habit of doing that. So, but all of those links are in the About panel for me. Otherwise, thanks to everyone else who popped in. It was a lot of fun chatting and having fun with you guys. So have a great rest of your night, day, whatever time zone you are. Stay safe, stay healthy. I'm out. Peace.